Hello, everyone. This is Reverend Catherine Morrow with Wellness in Christ, and our biblical tip of the day comes from 1 Samuel chapter 11, verse 13, and it goes like this. But Saul objected, "No one will be put to death this day, for today the Lord has rescued Israel." So our biblical tip of the day today is rescue. How many people go about their life feeling like they're an island, that they don't need any help, or maybe they feel like they can't get any help, and that they're basically, doing everything on their own, and they just feel like, this is the only way I can do it. No one else agrees with me, or no one else works like me. I have to do it on my own. I remember when my kids were little, my girlfriend's mom said to me, she goes, "When my kids were little, I let them do chores. If they wanted to wash the dishes or make their bed, it didn't matter if it was a lumpy mess or if the dishes didn't come out all clean. I never criticized them. I allowed them to do it." And this put a pattern in their life that they could accomplish anything that they want, and also that they had the support, that no matter what, they knew that their mother was going to be right there by their side, supporting them in whatever they wanted to try to accomplish. And so I remember when my son first made his first bed, and it was this lumpy mess, and I just looked at it and I said, "Wow, great job." And when my other son wanted to wash dishes, he loved bubbles. I mean, I think my kitchen used to be covered in bubbles when he would wash the dishes, but he was this little, you know, 2 year old or 3 year old, and he'd pull a chair up and he'd fill the sink up with all his bubbles, and he'd scrub away at those dishes. Maybe my kitchen got to be a mess. Maybe my kitchen, or the dishes didn't look the way that I wanted them to look. Maybe they still had soap on them, but I said, "Wow, great accomplishment." And I can attest to this, that both my sons were always leaders. They went to their own drummer. Maybe quietly they led, but they never followed. They were always their own person, and very, very strong in that. And is some of that genetics? Yes, because there's a lot of stubbornness that I know I passed along, and their dad did as well. But at the same time, it allowed them to feel confident that they could do whatever it is that they wanted to do. So, we all need to know that someone is there to support us in our dreams. Someone is there to help us, maybe. Maybe if we feel like there's something that we can't do, so we gather up people that are like-minded to help us do it. And we see evidence of that in all areas of life. Farmers, they know that they can't do it alone. They have to have help. And usually other farmers from other farms will even step in and help at certain times if they need help. So, we all need that rescuing from others. We need that partnership. We need to feel a part of something, that we don't have to do it all by ourselves, because many times when we do things totally by ourselves, we might not be listening properly. We might be listening to different voices that are leading us in different directions. And if we had others with us, or mostly God, of course, with us, when God is walking with us, uh, everything is possible. I know for me, as a vessel and a messenger of God's love, I've been attacked many times throughout my life. And many times I thought I was listening to God, and I was making choices that weren't, uh, God's voice. And I guess I always felt like I needed to do it on my own. And, praying, I thought, okay, I'm sticking with God. But the more that you pray, the more that you are trying your best to walk in God's footsteps, that's when, a lot of different voices come in and try and trick you and fool you into thinking that you're hearing the voice of God. So again, I always tell everyone it goes back to their heart. The more that we can peel away those layers that are blocking us from hearing the truth of God, the more that we hear other voices. So, we have to walk strongly in God. We have to walk strongly in our faith that we are only following God's words, only following God's voice. And at the same time, we may need other people to help us to be able to hear the correct voice and know that we're following the voice. I know a few times in life, I was making a choice and a friend would say, "Oh, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't sound right." And I had to go really deep in prayer to figure out if they were hearing, the correct message or I was. And there was at times that they were hearing a better message than me. So again, there comes that support. So, if you don't have anyone in your life that you can trust like that, we always have God. We always have God that we can trust. And the more deeply and firmly and more grounded that we come in that belief and that faith of God, that these other voices, if they come in to direct us to do something else, we can squash it. I always say we have, a good angel on one shoulder and a not so good angel on another shoulder, each whispering into our ears of what we need to do. If we're solid with God, we can hear the good angel and we brush off that other angel that's trying to tell us something that isn't for our best. So get solid. Find out, different ways that you can be more grounded in your faith and your belief in God. And we can do that through many different ways. I choose mostly 99.9 the Catholic way. As I mentioned before, I do use Sufism to help remove the layers of the heart. And I could do that, through my love of Jesus as well. But I try different modalities. It's like going to a doctor and the doctor tells you, "Oh, you can do this, this, and this. Stay healthy," and you pick and choose, some of the things that work the best. Of course, sticking with your faith and your belief is always going to be the highest road. But sometimes we can't hear that, and so we have to use other approaches to get us to be able to hear that. So anyway, just know that anything that you're going through in your life, you don't have to do it alone. God places people in our lives to help us. God places holy people in our lives that can help us discern and also to release any things that we're carrying that weren't in alignment with God. So we have so much help, so much help. All we have to do is reach out and just trust that God is leading us in the best direction, that we can have the easiest and most gentle solution, even if it doesn't look that way at times. Sometimes we don't see the gentleness of it until we come out of the darkness of it. And then we can say, "Oh, now I get why I had to go through that." But just know that you're never alone, that there's always someone placed in your life to help you in order to see the truth of God. So God bless everyone. And this is Reverend Catherine Morrow with Wellness in Christ. Our biblical tip of the day is rescue. And look around. And I know that there are people in your life and that there is definitely God in your life to rescue you from whatever it is that you're going through. So God bless everyone. Have a great day.